Good evening everybody, it's Charlie and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone's doing okay today as always. It's time for your match preview ahead of Leeds United against Swansea City at Ellen Road tomorrow evening under the lights for a 7:45 kickoff. Just before we get into the video in more detail, as always, make sure you're smashing that like button. Make sure that you're subscribing as well if you are brand new to the channel. Hit that notification bell and of course get all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Firstly, I just want to apologise for the predicted 11 video having to be removed from the channel last night. When I've watched it back, there was a little editing glitch at the beginning there, which meant that it had to be removed. So I do apologise for that. I'll go into my predicted 11 a little bit further in the video for those of you that didn't manage to catch it in a bit. But yeah, let's get into it then. Swansea, a team who are a little bit up and down. The form's a little bit mixed. I think they've won 5, drawn 5 and lost 7. So, you know, it's been a bit of a mixed bag this season. Obviously, they lost their star striker, Joel Perrault, to us. And maybe, you know, they've missed him going forward in terms of the creative output that he was giving them last season. But obviously, Jerry Yates is a player for them who's been doing really well, scoring goals for them, and you know he's one to definitely look out for tomorrow night, 100%. As you know, if we allow him the freedom, if we allow him to create space for himself, then you know he'll find a way to score goals. So I'm not particularly worried about this game. I can't lie. You know, Daniel Farker was speaking today with updates about the team for tomorrow. Obviously, there's no new absentees apart from the obvious, which is Stuart Dallas. So that means that Jed Spence, Joe Gellart, Jamie Shackleton, Pascal Strauch, Sam Byram, Jorginho Rutter are all fit. Everybody's fit. So it'll be interesting to see how he decides to go with the team. I mean, Jed Spence seems like is available and ready to be selected. The absolute scenes if it gets to 7:15 tomorrow when the team's announced and Jed Spence is at right back. I think I'd lose my mind. I don't think that'll be the case though. Even if he is fit, he'll be on the bench, I imagine, and he'll get some minutes in the second half. But yeah, look, this is a game that we definitely need to win. We need to bounce back from that disappointing result at Rotherham. You know, it wasn't, well, it turned out, didn't it, on Saturday night when Ipswich got beat, that it wasn't that bad of a result, really. It's another point closer to them. We're now 7 points behind them. Ipswich, I'm not sure who Ipswich have got. I'm just going to check whilst recording, guys. Who have Ipswich got tomorrow? They do play tomorrow, don't they? Millwall. So they've got Millwall at home. Sunderland have got Huddersfield at home. Southampton have got Bristol City at home, and Leicester are away at Sheff Wednesday, which, I mean, if Sheff Wednesday manage to beat Leicester, then I mean, yeah, fair enough. Can't see that happening though. So yeah, you know, there's a lot of games there where you would definitely expect Southampton to beat Bristol City at home. You would expect Ipswich to beat Millwall at home. Hopefully those teams can do us favours though. So you know, Leeds United just simply have to win this game. If we don't win this game, we could find ourselves 4th in the table potentially, maybe even 5th, depending on results tonight as well. So yeah, it feels like more of an important game than you would have thought maybe a few weeks ago. Does this one? And it's you know, are Swansea gonna come and just be happy to get a point at Ellen Road? Are they going to come to try and frustrate us and sit back? Or are they going to think, you know, F this, let's go for it. Let's put Leeds under pressure at home, at the ground, and see how they react. Be interesting to see how Swansea choose to, you know, approach this game tactically. You know, because we've seen it a few times this season where teams have come to Ellen Road, they've sat back, they've parked the bus, and it's worked for them. Look at Sheff Wednesday. As much as we take the mickey out of Sheff Wednesday, which, let's be honest, they are bad, they are atrocious, which is even more frustrating because they came to Ellen Road and frustrated us for 90 minutes. They came to Ellen Road, to just sit back and invite pressure, and that's what they did, and we couldn't break them down. I do feel like in recent weeks we've been a bit better at breaking those sorts of teams down. The Rotherham game felt like a bit like the Sheff Wednesday game, in a sense of, in that second half especially, we just couldn't break them down. I think in an attacking sense we were running out of ideas at points because of the amount of men that Rotherham had behind the ball. Even though Rotherham did come out in the second half and attack us a little bit more, I still felt that they were cautious with it, and they had every man back. They were trying to make it as difficult as possible, which they succeeded with. Fair play to them. But Swansea are a team, no disrespect, that Leeds should be beating, and beating comfortably. Do I think we'll beat them comfortably? No. Do I think we'll beat them? Yes. I think we've got an amazing record at Ellen Road this season. We've not lost at home yet. But a draw would feel like a defeat in this one. It felt like a defeat the other night against Rotherham, but in hindsight, when you look at the Ipswich result, for example, it wasn't that bad of a result, really. It was bad. It was disappointing, but you could swing it into a positive with the Ipswich defeat. If Ipswich and Southampton both win tomorrow, and we, draw, or even worse, lose the game, then we're behind Southampton then, and we've got to work as way up twice. Do you know what I mean? And we just need to keep putting as much pressure on Ipswich as humanly possible. They are starting to crack now. Like, I watched the majority of that game that they played against West Brom, and they were bad. West Brom absolutely battered them. So hopefully this is the start of the Ipswich decline. Millwall won't be an easy game for them by any stretch. I think Millwall could frustrate them a little bit, but I must admit, if I'm going with my gut, I do think Ipswich will beat Millwall. So we just need to beat Swansea and just keep putting that pressure on them. I'm buzzing to get back to Ellen Road. It's been a while now since that Plymouth game. It'll be nice to get back to Ellen Road in the freezing cold, under the lights, proper championshipy type night. And hopefully we can get the job done. I do think we'll win the game. And for those of you that missed the predicted 11 last night before it had to be removed, my predicted 11 for tomorrow's game is as follows. I went with Illan Meslier in goal, Archie Gray, Joe Rodon, Pascal Strauch and Sam Byram, Ethan Ampadu and Glenn Kamara. A bit of a rogue shout, but I went for Willie Nonto over Dan James. I went for Nonto, Yoel Perreault, Somerville and Rutter up top. Do I think that'll happen? Yeah. The only one that I'm a bit unsure of is Nonto. Will he just play Dan James, given his form? I won't be obviously upset or anything if Dan James starts. I will completely understand it, but I just think Nonto had a good cameo appearance against Rotherham the other night. He had a good international break with Italy under 21s as well. So maybe let's carry that momentum. There's a lot of games happening, especially over the month of December, which is coming thick and fast. We need to maybe start rotating a little bit in the forward area. So will he go with Nonto? Who knows? We'll soon find out tomorrow evening. My score prediction for this one, I think we're going to concede again. I do. I'll go 3-1. I think we'll beat them. I'll go 3-1 to Leeds. I'll go with Perreault against his former team. Dan James. Is Dan James going to start? I was just going to say Dan James will score, but then... no, you know what? I'll change my mind. I think Dan James will start. I've got a feeling that he will pick Dan James just based on form. So I'll go with Perreault to score, Dan James to score, and I'm going to go with Rutter to score his first goal at Ellen Road as well. So yeah, hit me up in the comment section, guys, with all your thoughts and opinions, your score predictions, your predicted lineups, how you think the game will go in general, and just how you're feeling going into the game as well. I do read every comment, so make sure you share your thoughts. On your way out as well, if you wouldn't mind smashing the like button, that would be very much appreciated. Hit the subscribe button as well and hit that notification bell. There will be a lot of TikToks on the TikTok channel over the next few days as well. I'm really really enjoying TikTok at the minute. So if you haven't followed me on TikTok, what are you doing? Make sure you follow the TikTok. It's in the description down below, along with my other socials. And I'll try and get some footage for a vlog on the channel as well. But if not, I do apologise. But yeah, I will try my best. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you in the next upload. Cheers.